Summit Point. Hello YouTube! Mine's the green and white car right here in the center of the screen. I'm qualified fourth. I didn't think I'd get in a race this weekend because I had some computer problems, but I managed to get them worked out in time, just enough time to get this race in. So, I had a really good start, but then things quickly fell apart, as they often do in turn one. We had slowed down quite a bit for this turn, and I decided to drop down to second, and that was a big mistake because it just whipped the rear end around. And then when I hit the banking and ricocheted back into traffic, I took out a whole bunch of cars. So that was not a good start at all for me. And it was this orange and black car here that I kind of did the most damage to. So he got off, in front of me there, and then it just got worse from here because we went around like this for another lap, and then on the next lap, going into the Ev Gardner turn, that's where things really, went south the next time, because here we are going into the turn there, turn 5, and sure enough, I punted that guy right off the track. Of course, I immediately regretted all the horrible things I've done to that guy. And I couldn't apologize because I hadn't mapped a button to say sorry, and I use VR, so I couldn't fumble for the keyboard. So I had to wait till after the race to write him an instant message to apologize for what I'd done. It's the third such message I've had to write in my iRacing career, but there'll probably be more. But the only thing left to do on this race was to just sort of continue running my race as I could, and pass who I could and make my way back up. I had started off 5th. I think by the end I managed to get back up to 5th, maybe 6th. I don't know. It wasn't a spectacular finish. It wasn't really much to write home of. And, after all the incidents, I ended up feeling kind of bad about this race. But I have other things that I wanted to talk about, and that's what the remainder of this video is going to be about. I had mentioned in my last video that I wasn't sure I would make this race at all, and looking back at the replay, maybe that would have been better for everyone. But nevertheless, I did manage to get my computer put back together. It had gotten hit by lightning. I could not get it to boot, so I had to order a new motherboard and processor and memory to go with it. So everything came in by Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, and I was able to put my computer together again and get it working again. So for this time, I upgraded. I got a Core i9 processor. I mean, this is an absolute beast of a machine. My old processor was like 8-9 years old. It was a i7 2600K, and this one I could not believe just how much better it was. I don't get any dropouts at all in VR as I'm playing. I haven't done any overclocking on this yet. I've got a pretty good air cooler on it, and it stays pretty cool. But overall, this processor has really if this won't run iRacing, then it's kind of hopeless. But of course, it's more than adequate. My driving hasn't improved any. I'm still getting past people the same way I usually do, just sort of wait for them to run off the track and drive past them. And in this final pass of the race that I'm going to show here, there's a long setup. You see this white and red car. He's just coming down the front straight, getting to the end of the front straight now, and I'm way back just coming onto the front straight. So that sort of gives you an idea of how far back I am from this guy. That's where I set up the pass. Because, he spins out, and it takes him forever to get himself turned around. And, the big question is, will I be able to get past him? Oh, sure. Right at the very last minute, I snake on by. I guess my driving has improved to the point where if I can get past somebody who's ahead of me, I can stay ahead of him. But anyway, there's only one more car to pass. It's another guy who manages to spin out before the start-finish line. And that wraps up this race. Next weekend is Donington, and I'm looking forward to that because I've raced on that track several times, and I'm really comfortable with it. So I'm hoping that things work out better next week. See you all then. Bye now.